let's face it, whenever you got a lot in your mind and you got to make a decision, we all are human and we all have emotions, and depending on how much is going on and how much you've been going through, it is normal to stress out. And when you stress out, you overthink. I'm here to give you an example of how I've been doing that. What's been going on with me the last few days since I last posted a vlog. I haven't been here in a couple days. I have been totally out of it. I've been feeling really off. I've been feeling like emotional, because I know that even though I'm not at the hurricane scene, I'm still tapped into that energy, and I'm empathetic and I can just feel it. So I've been doing this, all the things that I preach and teach to people about how to deal with things, I've been doing. This technique called neutral separation, when, I feel really emotional, all of a sudden it just keeps coming and leaving and coming and leaving. And what I do is I say, if this is whatever is not my energy, to take it away and send it back to where it needs to go, and call my energy back. Because whenever you feel stressed or fearful, your energy starts automatically depleting, and you actually give power to those things that make you feel stressed out or fearful or upset or emotional. It's very depleting to your energy. So if you can at least just say, if this isn't mine, if this stress and this emotion that I'm picking up on, because I'm very sensitive to energy and I pick up on a lot, but I want you to know that so are you. Sorry, I've got my throat chakras like closing up here. Most likely, you are much more sensitive than you realize. Most likely, you get upset and feel emotional and feel stressed, and a lot of times it might not even be yours. I will tell you that probably it's different for everybody, but I'd say what I'm hearing from the angels is a good 70 to 80% of the time when you're feeling emotional and upset, check to see if it's not yours. Maybe you're picking up on somebody else's. We are all intuitive. We are all sensitive. The key is learning what is yours and what your energy really feels like most of the time as a baseline, and what it doesn't feel like. And obviously I have a lot that I could be emotional about and be upset about, but yeah, I have been feeling so emotional and lethargic actually the last few days. I haven't felt like doing anything. Basically, it's like I wake up in the morning and go, why get up? Why get up today? What am I going to do here? Like, there's nothing to do here. I don't feel like, I haven't felt like doing any of my work. I have plenty of paperwork that I could do. I brought it all with me. But I just haven't felt, I get up and I get ready and I get started for my day, and my head has felt like hollow but heavy. And that's really weird. Now, I told you in one of my vlogs when I was traveling to Arkansas, the minute that I came into Arkansas, I heard this really loud, strong pitch, high frequency pitch, and it hasn't stopped since I've been here. So I am sure, besides what I'm feeling from Florida and the hurricane, and just being away and how this is disrupting my life and my schedule and the things that are going with all the people that are dealing with horrible things in Florida, and then having this high pitched constantly fed that I can hear constantly I've been here a week. I'm sure it's all contributing to how I feel. It's not been good. And so this morning, I want to talk about overthinking and stressing out. When you stress out, it's really hard for you to tap into your intuition and be clear about what kind of decisions you need to make. So I've been feeling stressed, but I keep doing my affirmations and saying, only good's coming from this. Everything's happening for good reasons. I know that there's a silver lining to this. I know all is well. Everything is okay. I have been doing affirmations and writing in my journal. I have a 40-day manifesting breakthroughs video e-course. I have been doing it myself and keeping track of it, taking notes, and doing my daily studies on that. And also I have been journaling, and I love this journal. And I put that sticker on it. It says, start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. And that's just something that we could all live by. Like, we may feel like we don't have everything we need, but we got to start where we got to start. And, you know, I have been doing, just doing my journal, and I've been having all kinds of weird dreams, and I do like a bullet journal. If anybody's interested, I actually have a video on that, but this one is my personal journal, not so much. This is my calendar, plus it has a lot of different notes. I keep track of everything in here. But this one is more of a personal journal of my dreams that I've been having, and just what life feels like, and yeah, things I want to remember. Like I was even doing this, how to love yourself. I mean, I know all these things and I teach all these things, but you know what? Just like I teach, I have to also practice it sometimes more than other times. And other affirmations that have been coming to me. So I have been doing my work. Like, that's the only thing I've been doing, is focusing on my affirmations and keeping my head together and doing my best to clear the stress. Even though it's just like, it feels like it reminds me of this card in my tarot deck. It feels like that stuff's hanging over my head, but I still have to be doing my best to keep my calm and cool. And I'm looking for that card while I talk to you. And but it's not always easy, you know? Even though I know all the techniques and I teach the techniques and I've done them for years, I have my days too. So it's this card, the Four of Swords, and like this little lamb is so cute, and it's like, you know, you might have challenges that are looming over your head, but keep yourself calm and cool. Come from your place of your intuition and know that everything's happening for the right reasons. And I know that all of this happening is just a big part of a shift that I'm going through. I mean, it's happening for a lot of people in a lot of different ways, but I still have to do my best to keep my calm and cool and be able to like survive my everyday and feel halfway normal. And it's been really hard. So this morning, you know, I've been overthinking for the last 2 days. Well, not overthinking, but I think the level of stress makes me overthink a little bit. Like, I didn't know what to do because the power is not supposed to, well, first let me say my house did really well in the hurricane. I thought it would because it's really in an ideal, the way it's situated, where I am between two big bodies of water, so that could be definitely an issue. But the way that the river, if it was to overflow, which it did very much, in the river parks, I saw some video where, wow, it really flooded. So I was a little worried when I saw that video, but it has to come across 2 properties, and the property next to me has some dips, and so there's areas where the water would go before it would actually make it to my house. And the ocean is 2 blocks away, but even if it was like really bad and it came, it would have to still make it up to the street level. And if it made it there and it made it down like 2 blocks, there's a golf course and there's a canal that runs through it. So there's a big dip where the water is. So, I mean, it would have to, you know, fill all that up first before it could even make it down the next block to my place. So, and my house is kind of situated, pushed in, and it has like a a lot of, it's kind of like a lot of, I don't know, like walls of plants, like high plants around the house. So it did really well last year, and this year it did pretty good. There's a little damage, but the damage that came was a result of stuff that hadn't been fixed from the last one from my landlord. So if he would have fixed his shit, it would have been okay. But yeah, it did really well, but I still want to get home because I saw a picture. Somebody, my massage therapist, sent me a picture, went by and took a picture and sent it to me. And it looks like when I zoom in, it looks like there's a tree kind of leaning on the back of the roof, which is where my room is. I hope that's not really happening, but it does look like that. Or maybe there's a big piece of a tree that landed on the roof. I don't know. But yeah, I want to make sure that nothing leaked in the house. So that's good. And the power wasn't supposed to come on until Sunday, the 17th at 11 p.m. And I was like, what am I going to do? First of all, I think that they give worst case scenario because I don't think that they would give that date and then not feel comfortable in making it because then they'd have a whole other problem. So I was pretty sure it was going to come up before then. And every day I was like, the power's coming on today. Because what do I always say? We only have today. Today is really, right now is all really we have, not even today, right now, in the moment, in the present. So I didn't say it's going to come up Friday, it's going to come up soon. I said it's coming up now. It's coming up today. It's coming up now. The power's coming up now. And I said that like the last couple days, and I actually couldn't believe that it didn't come up yet. And I had to leave out of here tomorrow. And I could have rented a few more days, but I just, yeah, this morning I was like, I don't know if I was kind of overthinking. I think I was because I was semi-stressed. I didn't know what I should do. Should I just stay here another day or two? I'm sure that would have been fine. Should I rent another place on the way? I could do that so I could get closer. What do I really want to do? And I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. But then I started getting like some text messages from people. Like, when are you coming back? When will you be back home? I got a message from my chiropractor asking how I was doing, which was awesome. I need to go to my chiropractor. As you know, my back was killing me before all this happened, and now it's just worse. My hair person, I'm supposed to be for my hair appointment on Friday, so I got a text message from them. So I was like getting all of these text messages from people, like, you know, like life is carrying on now. And so I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And so I got up and I went to take a shower. And a lot of times you can get a lot clearer in the shower for some reason. And when I got in the shower, I just got this really strong feeling I need to leave. And even if I don't know if the power is going to be up when I get there, I would travel tomorrow. I would stay overnight probably in Georgia somewhere tomorrow night because it's a long drive, and then I would make it home Friday. Even if my power is not up Friday, but I was counting on it being up, of course. But worst case scenario, if it wasn't, then I deal with it. I just deal with it some way. I, try to stay at the house. If it was too hot, it just wasn't working. There's a hotel around there I can stay, I'm sure. So I don't know. I just felt really good and really at peace with the thought of I need to leave. I felt like I was done here. I need to just go from this place. I need to get out of Arkansas. I need to leave. And even if it was uncertain, I felt really good with that. So get this. So I'm totally confident with this. I feel good. I feel clear. I'm even getting a little bit more energetic because now I just felt like, okay, I'm moving on with my life. And then I saw an Airbnb that was really super cheap. It was like $79 a night, and it was halfway on the way. Well, it was a little more than halfway. But it was on the way, and it would have been a lot less than staying in a hotel. And I thought, you know what? I could go there and spend 2 nights there, and it would be cheaper than staying in a hotel for 1 night. So maybe I'll just do that. So, okay, I was completely fine with my first decision just to head home, right? I was thinking, my gut says, head home. No matter what, just head home. It's fine. My head was saying, stay a few more days. it made, you know, that fear. My head had a fear. It was like, stay a few more days. My gut was head home. It wasn't worried. So I was choosing from my gut. But when I saw that Airbnb for so cheap, I thought, I'm going to go do that thing. And so I tried to get on, and somebody had booked, and they only had one night, so that was out. So then I looked at some other Airbnbs, like in Florida, if I just went down the different way. If I didn't go through Georgia, I could go down through Alabama and through the Panhandle back home. And I found an Airbnb on the beach that was, it was probably about the same as if I stayed in a hotel for 2 nights. So it wasn't a good deal. I mean, it was a good deal, but it wasn't, because my original plan was just go home. Stay one night in a hotel and go home. Fine. Why now was I trying to think of staying at an Airbnb for 2 nights? Like, okay, it was cool if that one was open, because that one was super cheap and it was a good deal. And I thought, oh, you know, I could stay 2 nights, buy myself some time. Instead of getting home Friday, I'd get home Saturday. Worst case scenario, if the power didn't come up until Sunday, as they said, it would just be one night that I didn't have power. So that's okay, and that Airbnb was super cheap, but someone came and booked, and I lost it. There was only one day that was going to be available, and it was the last day. So I was like, no. And so I booked this thing, and I started getting super tense in my neck. I was just like starting to get stressed out again, but it was an awesome condo right on the beach, literally right on the beach, and on the first floor. So it was like, okay, well, let's just do it. I'll just do this, you know. Yeah, it's, you know, more, I didn't want to spend all this money, but yeah, you know, that way it'll buy me more time. Well, then the guy says to me, you know, I just want to notify you that there's scaffolding on the front of the building on the ocean side, which is the view of this condo. And I'm like, what? Like, scaffolding? I don't want to stay in a place with a bunch of scaffolding in the window. Like, you know, to be honest, my energy's so sensitive right now that something like that would just stress me out. I know that might sound weird to some of you, but it was just like, I can't handle any more stress. Like, that was just having that scaffolding all over. He goes, well, you can see through it, and the patio is, the balcony is usable, or the patio is usable. And I'm like, usable? Oh, so yeah, with the scaffolding all around, like, it just didn't feel right to me. Now I'm going to pay like this extra $500, and then it's not even going to be like a place that's like without scaffolding. And I thought, what am I doing? So I started searching to look if there were other places. There were no other places that were a good deal. They were all like $200 and up. And so I just said, you know what am I doing? I'm getting away from what I decided this morning. I decided this morning that I was going to go with my gut and just go home. And I felt so good about that. I felt so good about leaving and going home. And then I went into this whole other thing, and I was feeling horrible, and my neck was starting to tense even harder, and I was feeling stressed out again. And I was like, no, I got away from this. Luckily, I got a refund on Airbnb because of the scaffolding thing. I said, they didn't tell me until I already booked. If it was written in there, I would have never chosen that place, because normally they'll still make you pay a bunch of fees if you cancel. And so they had to pay me all of it back. And I thought, I just tried to get 2 Airbnbs and it didn't work. And there's no other Airbnbs that are going to work. This is a sign. I think that God and the angels are saving me the money, because I was thinking, I'm going to be pissed if I pay for these Airbnbs and my power goes up. I'm going to be pissed off. I should have just went with my gut. So now I'm thinking, why did I do that? I should have went with my gut. So, okay, it was a little bit of a hassle, but I got my money back on the Airbnb. And I'm like, I am going with my gut, with my original decision. Why did I step away from that? I was letting that mind, that fear, that brain that tries to tell you, watch out, don't, you know, oh, be careful. I was letting it take over, and it was causing me a lot of stress. And the minute I decided I was going to go with my gut and just head home, no matter what I find when I get home, I'll deal with it. I just want to go home. 40 minutes later, I get a phone call from our neighbor that the power's on. Yes! I was so excited. It was just like, yeah, okay. You know, I was getting help. You do not need to be running these Airbnbs. Go home. We told you to go home. Trust that. So, you know, I know this is kind of a long story, but the personal story helps people to see how it works in real life. If you get that gut feeling, I'm telling you, I got it in the shower this morning. I was like, I feel good. I'm going into the unknown, but I'm not afraid. I feel like it's the right thing. I need to get out of here. I just want to go home. I'll deal with it. Whatever it is, it's not going to be that bad. I'll just deal with whatever it is. And I felt so good. And then I just went down this rabbit hole. I just took this U-turn. And, you know, the universe was trying to save me from paying all that money when I didn't need to. And when I finally came back to myself and said, this is too stressful, it's not working. And that's the other thing that's really been coming to me, because I've been stressed about something else too lately. I really want to buy a house, like, coming up. And I feel like I'm in a time crunch. And certain things have to happen for that to happen. And all of these things are coming up that is messing with my chances of that happening. So I've been really stressed out about that, because it's like I was barely going to make it if I was going to make it. And now with this stuff happening, I don't even know if it's possible. I mean, everything's possible, but it's just like it seems like it's becoming harder. And I got at peace with that. Today too, or yesterday, I think today, or last night. No, I think it was today. Today I seem to get at peace a lot. And I said, you know what? When something feels too hard, you're not going the right way. When it feels like it's too much of a hassle, that it's stressing you out, that it's not falling into place, and it's just becoming this much of a stress, fuck it. You know what? If I don't get my house when I want it, I don't. And if I do, great. But I don't want it under this condition. I don't want it feeling stressed out. I don't want to have to stress to get what I want. And I think I did a video on that last month when I was doing Veda for 30 days, when it was like messing up your manifesting, like how you get something will determine how it ends up being for you. And I don't want to have it turn out to be like this thing that ends up stressing me out all the time. So I really just got at peace with it, and I said, screw it. You know what? If I'm meant to, I will. And if I'm not, I won't. And whatever it is, I'll deal with it. I'll deal with whatever it is. And I'm not going to stress about this anymore, because it's just bothering me. I'm so tired of being stressed. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired of it. And there's just like, so, you know, several things all at one time that are just like, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, welcome to my life. So everything's just hitting the fan all at one time. But today I got at peace with all of it. And I just said, it is what it is. My first thing is just get home. The rest of it is, what am I going to work on when I get home? I have to write a letter to somebody who's fucking with me and deal with that. And that's going to be a big deal, because I am not going to let somebody try to mess with me that I totally feel like they're totally out of integrity and they're trying to bully me. And I wish I knew a lawyer, because I would love to just send them a letter, but I'm done with them trying to bully me, and I'm going to deal with that. So, I mean, I have been dealing with it, and I've been nice about it, but now I'm not going to be nice anymore. I'm done. So I have to deal with that right when I get home. And then the rest of the stuff, it happens as it happens. So the main topic of this is, don't let yourself stress so much that you overthink it, that it becomes a hard decision. When something feels like a hard decision, take a breath, stop your mind, Count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clear your mind. Clear your mind. No. Okay, I'm resetting my mind right now. And look in the mirror at yourself. I've been doing this too, doing a lot of Louise Hay's mirror work. Looking in the mirror every day and just saying, I love you, Cindy Eiler. You're awesome. And the day that I can look at that and not cry, that's going to be awesome. Because that's what I've been doing every time I've done it. So, when I look at the mirror and I say that, then I say to myself, what do I need to do about this? And I let myself answer. Like, I look at myself in the mirror and I get these answers from myself. Or, how do I need to deal with this? Or, what do I need to know about this? And I get the answers from the mirror. I highly recommend you guys do it. It's, you can probably, I'll talk about it on another video, but you could probably Google Louise Hay mirror work and find something on that. Yeah, that's one thing, is just looking yourself straight in the eyes every morning and telling yourself you love yourself. And getting answers for yourself, asking yourself questions and getting the answers you need. And that's what's been helping me, actually. I've been getting a lot of answers from myself by doing that. So if it feels hard, if it's stressing you out, do your best. Like I said, I've been going through it, but I've been working on my affirmations. I've been like going back to the basics to keep myself as chilled out as I possibly can. And today I finally came at peace with it all. It was just like, what do I need to do? And know where you're making your answer from, getting your answers from. Are you getting it from your gut where it just feels right? Or your heart where it feels right? Or are you getting it from your head that's trying to tell you to be afraid and to do things that probably aren't the best way for you to do things? So I was clear this morning. I knew I was getting my answer from my gut and not my head. And then I went off on that U-turn, and then it took me, I came back, thank God. I came back. But do your best when you're overthinking to think about what is the best thing if you're overthinking or can't figure something out or you feel stressed, I would say is take the path of least resistance. So if it's too hard, like I said, I was stressing out about this whole house thing. It's like, screw it. If it doesn't happen when I need it to happen, then it doesn't happen. And if it does, great. But I'm not going to stress on this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. It's just eating me up. And I don't want to feel that way. So the minute that I just let go and said, I'm not... fine, whatever it is, it is. It is what it is. I finally breathed. And same thing happened with this whole Airbnb thing and going home. And I finally said, you know what? It's not working. I tried to book 2 Airbnbs. It didn't work. I feel like crap. This is stressing me out. I'm going to go back to my original thing. I'm going home, and that's all I'm doing. 40 minutes later, I hear the power went on. So, you know what I was thinking? It was like earlier today I was thinking, you know, I'm sitting here going, when's the power going to go on? When's the power go on? And I teach about this in my manifesting. When you say, I'm waiting for the power to come on, or when is the power going to come on? So you can apply it to your life. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? And what is your when this happens? Okay? When is it going to happen? So apply it to your life. When you are waiting, the universe just waits with you. You're the one that determines if something's going to happen or not. If you say, I'm waiting for the power, I'm waiting for the power, the universe says, waiting for the power, waiting for the power. The universe takes our lead. Or, you know, when is this going to happen? The universe asks you the same thing. Good question. When is it going to happen? So I was kind of laughing about that this morning when I was getting out of the shower, when I had already made my decision, because I thought, it makes sense just to go home because that is what's the power's coming on. I'm making that taking that action to have that power come on. I'm saying, I'm going home. My power's coming on today. I kept saying that. My power's coming on today. I should say power's coming on now because all we have is now, right? But I was saying power's coming on today. I'm going home. The power's coming on today. And once I finally got back to that, the power came on. It wasn't supposed to come on until Sunday night at 11 p.m. It is today, Wednesday. Pretty good. So I hope that my example is helpful for you. Stop waiting. Whatever you're waiting for, stop waiting for it and make a gut decision on what you need to do. Go in your mirror, tell yourself you love yourself, and ask yourself what you need to do. But take the path of least resistance. Whatever is. Whatever it is what it is, what it is, what it is. Don't fight it. Get in the flow with what is. And if it's meant to be, it will. And if it's not meant to be, it won't. But I'll tell you one thing. If you keep fighting up against the flow, it's just going to be a fight and a fight and a fight. And even if you do get it, it's going to be with that energy. And it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So that's my update. I'm packing. I never did unpack. But I'm doing what laundry I had. I decided I would do my laundry before I left. And I'm leaving tomorrow morning. And I will probably stay somewhere in Georgia on the way home. And then I will get home by Friday. I feel like I can breathe again. It was funny. The minute that I decided I was leaving, I was motivated again. I felt like doing stuff again. And then when I heard my power was on, I was just like screaming and I was happy and I was woohoo, jumping up and down, celebrating. I was so happy and became even more motivated. So I'm really happy about that. And it's been really hard for me this last week. It's been hard every day. I don't even want to say the last 2 days were super hard, but every day has been super hard. And the last 2 days were just like going into that cocoon and just trying to make my way through every day. But I'm sure when I get home, I'll have a whole new set of shit to deal with, but life goes on. Life goes on. And thanks for watching. I didn't mean to ramble on that long. And thanks for being with me on this Irma journey. And I know last time I went home after the Hurricane Matthew, I was in the Bahamas, and I came home and I was pretty devastated when I saw how everything looked. And I don't know what I'm going to go home to, but anyway, life goes on. We had finally everything, I was just noticing it was a year ago. It was October when Matthew hit. So not quite a year, but I was like noticing because Florida just is so healthy. It just grows. I mean, it's jungle and everything just grows wild like crazy. If you're a gardener, man, you'll never be without work. If we didn't have gardeners, I think within probably 3 months, our houses would be completely covered with plants. Like we wouldn't be able to see our houses. I mean, it's that healthy of an environment there. So I was noticing how everything had seemed to grow back. Like you wouldn't, the only noticeable thing from Hurricane Matthew was some people still hadn't fixed business signs, which surprised me that they just left it like that. So there was still some visible stuff, but like everything didn't look broken anymore. Oh, a lot of people didn't fix their, what are those things? Their ramps to get to the beach. A lot of people didn't fix those last year. They're probably happy they didn't, but I'm like, dang, I would be fixing that if it was me, but whatever. We'll see what we go back to. I'm just ready for the next phase, and I'm ready to get back to work. And anyway, thanks for sticking with me. Lots of love. I'll see if I can check in tomorrow. I'm not sure how I'll feel, but sometime in the next few days, If not tomorrow, maybe when I get home, I don't know. I just feel like a page is turned and I'm ready to end this chapter and move on. So anyway, if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Remember to click the notification bell so you get updates when I come live or upload a new video. And wish me lots of easy, safe travels on the wings of angels, so it's easy, fast, and just goes really smooth. And I will talk to you guys all later. As always, peace out.